Do you want to know what love messages are meant for you? Then this is the in-depth tarot pick-a-card reading meant for you, where we go in-depth about the love messages Spirit has for you. So keep watching. You have a lack of self-confidence and you feel like maybe you're single because you're not pretty enough. And if you're single and you want a relationship and you really want to be with someone, you have to first learn to be alone. Never change yourself to be with someone else. Just don't abort mission, leave, okay? Leave. You're looking to get back with an ex. Don't do it. If there is not trust in a relationship, then there cannot be a relationship. Period. Okay, so you guys are really moving forward. You guys are really getting to where it is that you need to go, but there's a need to stay optimistic about your love life because someone is coming in, right? You're gonna realize that, oh my God, this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. This is the one, this is it, my soulmate, twin flame. Hello trick-or-treaters and welcome back to my channel, TrickrTreatTarot, where it is spooky season all year long. If you like Halloween or Samhain, then this is definitely the channel for you, where I do spooky themed tarot pick-a-cards just like this one and other spiritual related videos. So if that's your thing, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out when I post new spectacular videos every week. All right, you guys, so we are back again with something a little bit different this time. So in honor of the energy surrounding February, we are doing a love series. That's right, not just one love reading, but a whole series dedicated to love messages that Spirit has for you. So if you want to know all of the love messages, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button so that way you guys get notified every time I post a new video in this love message series. Okay, so in today's reading, we are doing a general love message that's meant for you. All right, and throughout the month, I'm gonna have a few other different pick-a-cards in regards to love. We're gonna be doing soulmate messages and other kinds of messages, like, you know, what makes you attractive and things like that. So I'm super excited for those. We're also going to be doing your week ahead messages, month ahead messages, your lunar messages. So it is going to be jam-packed this month, you guys, with lots and lots of content. So make sure you have that notification bell on because we have lots of messages coming to you, lots of videos coming to you, okay? And don't forget to comment down below as well if you guys have any suggestions for other videos that you guys would like to see, so that way I can go ahead and make those for you. All right. With that being said, we're going to kind of get into it. We have 3 groups today, and I'm going to be doing the shuffling on camera. Okay, so I had a suggestion in the comments that someone had suggested about doing the shuffling before the reading and then adding the timestamp. So I'm going to have all of our timestamps in the comment section and also in the description box. And those timestamps are going to either take you to the shuffling, where you can watch the shuffling for your pile, or you can just skip ahead and get straight to the message. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get into it. I have 3 piles for us to choose from today. So we have for pile number 1, card 72, the Owl. Okay. For pile number 2, we have card 83, Wish. And for pile number 3, we have card 18, Water. Okay, so that's pile number 1, card 72, the Owl, pile number 2, card 83, Wish, and pile number 3, card 18 with Water. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a couple minutes to go ahead and choose your card. There's no right or wrong way to do this, you guys, okay? So just go ahead and choose whatever you're drawn to, whatever's capturing your attention. It could be the number on the card, it could be the number of the pile, it could be the picture on the card. Just go ahead, get yourself grounded, take a couple couple minutes out, pause the video, take some deep breaths, meditate if you have to. Just make sure that you are really grounded and really in sync with the messages that are going to be coming out with your group. So that way these messages are meant for you, okay? So just make sure you take the time out to properly ground yourself so that way you get the right message that's meant for you, okay? With that being said, while you guys go ahead and choose, I'm just going to give a couple of disclaimers. So these are general readings, okay? General readings, which means a lot of people are going to be watching this video, lots of people. So different messages are going to come through for different people. So not everything is going to resonate with you, and that's okay. And if everything does resonate with you, I mean, then that's great. That's a plus. But if something doesn't resonate with you, just let it go, let it flow, you guys. You know what works for your life. You know your life. You know what's best for you. So just take the messages that resonate, take what makes sense, and just let the rest go. That just means it's for another trick-or-treater that's watching that pile, okay? Because a lot of people are going to be watching the same pile as you, and that's okay. So just make sure that you have your water with you, you have your wine, your tea, your coffee, whatever it is that you're drinking. The most important thing is to just make sure that you have fun and you just really enjoy yourself. Just relax. We're going to hang out together. We're going to vibe together. And really, it's just, this is a no stress free zone. And we're doing love messages. And I just do want to stress that on this channel, we don't have gender, okay? This is, our souls are watching this, okay? So he, him, she, they, them, whatever you identify with, that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, whatever comes out of my mouth, just remember that these are for whoever's watching this. There's no gender attached to this, right? Whatever your sexual orientation is, like, that's okay. This is, you know, just your soul messages, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys just a couple more minutes to go ahead and pick your pile. Remember, timestamps are in the description box and in the comments down below. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it, starting with pile number 1, okay? Alright, so for all of my trick-or-treaters that chose pile number 1, you guys chose card 72, the owl. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of your shuffling right now. So if you don't want to see the shuffling, go ahead and click on that timestamp that skips past the shuffling. And you guys can get right into your message. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll start by shuffling out your tarot cards. Okay. All right, so for all of my trick-or-treaters that chose group number 1, you guys chose card 72, the Owl. So this is the channeled love message that is meant for you, you guys. Super, super exciting. So remember, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button, because this is a whole love series that we're going to be doing throughout the whole month of February. Lots of love messages coming through. So let's go ahead and get into today's reading and see what's in store for you, for your love life. What is the love message? Okay, let's see what's going on for you guys. All right, so we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, the Hierophant, Strength in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Okay, you guys. So group number 1. Okay, what's going on here? Right, with the Strength in reverse, this is telling me that I think you have to work on your confidence. I think for some of you guys, you need to work on your confidence. Maybe for some of you, if you're single, you have a lack of self-confidence and you feel like maybe you're single because you're not pretty enough, because you're not good enough, right? Is that resonated with you? Okay, because that's not true, group number 1. If that's how you feel, it's not true. You have to look in the mirror and you have to tell yourself that you are beautiful, that you are enough, group number 1. Okay, with the Hierophant here, this is telling me that there could possibly be a little bit of codependency as well happening here, group number 1. What's going on? What's going on? I'm feeling like for you guys, for some of you, you're in a relationship and you might be a little insecure about your relationship. You might feel like maybe your significant other might not have as much interest in you as you do in them, or you might lean on your significant other for a lot. Okay, you might depend on them for a lot, or you might be a little clingy. Okay, group number 1. So the messages that I'm seeing here is there's a need to build your own self-confidence. There's a little bit of a need for separation. Okay, and definitely a need of communication. If you're feeling a little insecure, maybe communicate that with your partner and let them know maybe things that they could do to strengthen your confidence. And that in turn is going to strengthen the bond that you guys have together. And if you're single and you want a relationship and you really want to be with someone, you have to first learn to be alone. And you have to first learn to love yourself before you can learn to be in love with someone else. Okay. Now I am seeing change is coming. Okay. Change is coming for some of you, but coming slowly. And I think for some of you, you have just come out of a relationship. I think some of you have just come out of a relationship and you're looking to kind of get back into a new one. And there's a need to slow down a little bit. Yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles, she is so independent, the Queen of Pentacles. She is really a boss. Like, she's really independent. She doesn't need anybody. She owns her own business. She has her own side hustle. She has her own money. She has her own place. You know, she doesn't need a man. And I think for a lot of you guys, you don't need someone else there for you. And I think that some of you guys feel like you do and you don't. And I think that this is kind of a societal concept that's been drilled into a lot of people's heads, is that you have to be with someone. You have to be in a relationship. But that's just not true, you guys. And that's just the energy that I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that there's just really a need for you guys to work on your own self-confidence, to work on your own insecurities. There's a need for you to own your power and to stop seeking in power in someone else and stop feeling like you have to be with someone else to be complete. I feel like that there's this incompletion feeling here, and it's just not true, you guys. I mean, let's see what other cards you have. Authority. Okay. The stand your ground. Yes, you see solar plexus chakra. Okay, yeah. So this definitely makes sense with the authority card. This is definitely, you guys, it's in reverse. You guys have to own your power. You guys have to own your independence. You have to have authority over yourself, and you can't be seeking for someone else to have, right, authority over you. If maybe, you know, you're that person that's always indecisive, and maybe you're with your partner and you guys are trying to figure out, well, what to, you know, where to go to eat. Let's say where to go to eat. You know, your partner's like, hey, are you hungry? Where do you want to go to eat? And then you're just kind of like, oh, well, you decide, because I don't know. You know, if you're hungry and you know what, like, you have to know what you want. I think that that's like one of the real messages here for you guys, group number one. Know what you want. Know what it is that you're looking for in a partner, in yourself, in your future. Okay? Stand your ground. Building a foundation for yourself and building a foundation for your relationships. You have to stand your ground. Don't allow someone else to come into your life and to take control of it or to change the way that you live. Stand your ground. If you have built a foundation for yourself and a foundation of happiness and you're happy where you are in your life, don't start to change yourself just to be with someone else. Never change yourself. Never. Group number one, never change yourself to be with someone else. Just don't do it. If you have to change yourself to be with someone else, then that means that that person isn't meant for you, okay? Because someone is going to come in and they're going to love you for who you are inside and out, for the core of your being, for your soul, okay? Solar plexus chakra in reverse. You have healing to do, group number one, from a past relationship, from an ex. You have healing to do. And this doesn't matter whether you're single or in a relationship. There is healing that you need to do, probably because of an ex that you had, a toxic relationship that you were in, and it's left marks. It's left scars, right? And you have to do the healing and you have to do the work to heal those wounds and to not allow what someone else did in the past to affect your future. Don't hold your future partner accountable for the mistakes your last partner made, because they are not the same person, group number one. They are not the same person. Waxing gibbous, will. Okay, so there is a will here. There is a need for will, a need of self-confidence. That's the message that keeps coming back up in this reading, is this need of confidence, to be confident in yourself, to own your confidence. And I think that's going to make you so attractive. And that's going to make you so desirable when you have that confidence and you own your confidence and you walk in it. And you just know that you could have, like, first of all, you know that, like, you don't need another person and that you could make another person's life better. Don't look for someone else to make your life better. Understand that you are going to make someone else's life better. Okay? That you are a reward to someone else's life. Group number one. Assessing a situation. Don't just get into a relationship without assessing it first. Some people like to just kind of get into relationships very, very quickly. And group number one, dating is still a thing. You can go on a date with someone, and that doesn't mean that you guys are in a committed relationship. You can date someone and you can see someone on multiple occasions. And there's a courtship that's supposed to happen before you commit to each other, right? There's a process of getting to know someone. And this is very important for you guys, group number one. For some of you, you have to really get to know someone before you date them. So maybe there's someone new that you're kind of talking to right now, or maybe this is someone that's going to be coming into your near future. And it's going to be very important for you to assess, for you to talk to them and get to know them and understand, what are your common interests? And also keep an eye out for those red flags so that way you don't get into another toxic relationship. To make sure that you avoid being hurt again, pay attention to those red flags and don't make excuses for this other person just because they have one quality that you like. Just because you feel like maybe this is as good as it's going to get. Just because you want to settle. Group number 1, don't you dare settle for anyone. Don't you dare, because you are worth so much more. And the universe can provide you with so much more if you take a minute to slow down and understand your confidence, understand yourself, and understand that it's okay to be single and it's okay to be alone. That doesn't mean that you're lonely, group number 1. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Group number 1, this is exactly what I was talking about. Don't change yourself for someone else. And also, equally, don't ask someone else to change for you. Okay, so for some of you, you are in a relationship and there is assessing in this current relationship that you need to do. Maybe your current partner wants you to change, or maybe you want to change your current partner, and that's not going to make this relationship successful. For those of you that are resonating with this message, please understand that you are who you are and they are who they are, and you guys are either going to love each other unconditionally, truthfully for who you are and who they are, or it's not going to work. And if you want them to change, or if they want you to change, then that means that you guys just aren't the people for each other. Okay, then you're just not going to work out, and that's okay. It's okay when you don't work out with someone. Just because you're with someone doesn't mean that you guys have to stay together forever, right? This is all experimentation. That's what love is. Love is trying out our lives with another person, and sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't work out, that is a growing experience, and that's okay. It's okay to have growing experiences. It's okay. But the important thing is to make sure that you don't change to make someone else happy, and you don't try to change someone else to make you happy. You guys both deserve happiness and love, but without change, just for simply being who you are. Group number 1. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. You see, group number 1, let me read that again. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There just is. There's compromise. There's understanding. There's communication. But there's no right or wrong. There's no victim or villain. There is growth and there is learning. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So this just really goes back to what I was talking about. If something works out, great. And if it doesn't, then that's growth. That's understanding. That's learning. Okay. And what a relationship really is it's learning. It's learning from each other. You have this life that you're coming from and all of these experiences that you've had, and this other person's coming in now, right? With their background and their experiences that are different from your experiences. And now you guys get to share your experiences and share your life together and be able to grow together by understanding each other's perspectives and lessons that each other has learned through your past experiences. So really all you're doing is teaching each other about each other and about life forever. And that is the beautiful thing about a relationship. Okay, group number 1. Let's see what else. Pay attention. Group number 1, pay attention to the red flags, okay? The signs are cautioning you. So this is exactly what I mentioned before. Pay attention, assessing, okay? For when you guys start to get into a relationship, for those of you who are single or who are talking to someone, you know, for your near future, when you start to date, take the time to assess and to really discover if those red flags are present. And if they are present, abort mission, leave, okay? Leave. There's the door. Like, before it's too late, do not go any further. The exit sign, you know, like, period, okay? For some of you that are in a current relationship, assessing, check if there are red flags. If you guys are in a relationship and you know that there are red flags and you've been making excuses for it, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No, girl, huh? Leave, okay? For some of you, you have to just go. And then for others, you have to talk about these red flags that you're seeing and really assess the situation, talk about the situation, and figure out how to make things better, okay? So those are just 3 different scenarios. For those of you who are watching, one of those are going to resonate with you, okay? And make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Make the effort. So part of your love message is that it takes work. Love and relationships take work. It takes effort. And it's not just work and effort in each other, but it's work and effort in yourself. And for some of you, you're not in a relationship and maybe you haven't been in a relationship and you're wondering why. And it's because you have to put the effort in yourself first. You have to put the effort and the work into yourself so that way you can be in a relationship and make things work, because you've already done the foundational work on yourself before you can start to do the foundational work on someone else. And for those of you that are currently in a relationship, some of you have to put in more effort. Some of you guys, right, we're talking about that codependency energy, rely too much on your significant other. You rely too much on your partner. And this partner's putting in so much work and so much effort because they have to carry themselves in the relationship, and they also have to carry you. So the message here is to make sure that there is an equal amount of effort being put into the relationship. Okay? So again, with the criticizing people and there's no right or wrong. So for some of you guys, there could be conflict happening. For some of you, you know, right, we talked about that change. And I think that for some of you guys, like, you want to be right all the time, or maybe there's some fighting, and the fighting is really, it's caused by these underlying insecurities that you have that you won't talk about. And so what you have to do is you have to talk about them. You have to understand that there has to be equal partnership, and you guys have to stop bickering and stop fighting, because there's no right or wrong, and there's equal partnership, you guys. So that's the main thing. Equal partnership, equal effort. So just make sure that you are putting the work in to make your relationship work, or it's not going to work. And that's on period. All right. So your 2 final cards for your love messages, your affirmations. Group number 1, you have boundless love. Today, I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again, with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. So this is really being open to love, I think. And I think too, it's not just about love in a romantic sense, but when you think about love, it's a kindness. it's a feeling of warmth and contentment. I think love is happiness, and it's also sacrifice. And I think group number 1, you guys have to be more open to loving your partner, your current partner or your future partner, and loving yourself. Loving yourself, okay? Loving the moments, loving the work, okay? Loving the good parts and the bad parts, loving the growth and the journey, loving the relationship and loving the being single. This is a lesson. If you want to bring love in, if you want to attract love, then you have to be love, and you have to give love, and you have to exuberate love, group number 1. Ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel. How do you make others feel? Do you make others feel loved, group number 1? Do you? Because if you don't, then how is someone else going to make you feel loved if you don't make them feel loved? And I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or perhaps even lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. Ownership. Taking ownership that you have insecurities. It is normal to have insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. It doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Take ownership that you weren't putting in enough effort. Take ownership that you're not right all of the time. Take ownership that you were making excuses about the red flags. That maybe the reason your last relationship didn't work was because of you, not because of them. That maybe you're not ready for love. That maybe you still have to learn to love yourself. Group number 1. Whew. All right, group number 1, that is the love message that is meant for you. I hope this reading resonated. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you do, please do let me know in the comment section down below. All right, and if you haven't already, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button. I will be posting more love messages throughout the month of February. This is a whole love series coming right to you this whole month, okay? So make sure you have those notifications on and subscribe, you guys, so that way you guys can join this lovely, spectacular, spooky, growing family, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to group number 2. If you guys want to keep watching, let's go. Hello to all of my trick-or-treaters that chose group number 2. You guys chose card 83, Wish. What's your wish, group number 2? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the shuffling. If you guys don't want to see the shuffling, the timestamps are below. You guys can go ahead and skip ahead, but I'm gonna do all the shuffling on camera before we get into the messages, okay? All right, so for all of my trick-or-treaters that chose group number 2, you guys chose card 83, Wish. So this is the channeled love message that's meant for you. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications button because this is a series. We're gonna have so much more love messages coming for you throughout the month of January, okay? This is just the first one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna see what is the love message, the channeled love message that's meant for all of you who are watching this right now. Let's see. The Hanged Man in reverse. Stop. Pause. Right? Pause. Stop. Don't rush into a relationship. And if you're in a relationship, don't rush into marriage. Right? Why are you rushing your love life? There's a need of stepping back here. 5 of Cups. So there's loneliness. For some of you, you're single. Maybe you've been single for a while. You're feeling really lonely and you're wondering, maybe you're just not worth it. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. 5 of Wands in reverse. Tough. Okay. Okay. 5 of Presents. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. So, I'm sorry, this is 6 of Cups. So with the Hanged Man energy, that's already telling me that there's a need to slow down. That maybe some of you guys are feeling like you're in a little bit of a rush, right? To get into a relationship, to get married, to have kids, to start a family. But there's a need to slow down, okay? I see that there could possibly be some financial struggles happening here. And so it's not a good opportunity for you to get married, have kids, start a family, right? There's a need to first build a foundation financially. So if you're in a relationship currently, you guys have to build a financial foundation. Make sure that you have a savings. Make sure that you can afford children. Children are very expensive. They're beautiful creatures, but they are also expensive creatures. Having a family is very, very expensive. Group number 2, we also have the 6 of Cups. So this could talk about nostalgia. Looking back, reflections. You can't move forward when you're looking back, though. The Hanged Man in reverse. What are you looking back on? Are you remembering when you had more money? Maybe you have a family and that's what's causing this financial struggle, and you're remembering when you didn't have a family. Maybe when you were single, when you were living alone, right? Bachelor, and you had all your money all to yourself. You didn't have to share it with someone. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here, that you guys need a strong foundation, financial foundation here. Stop looking back in the past and look ahead of yourself. Slow down and move forward. There's a need to slow down to move forward, okay? Because you're like speeding, you're hitting, pedal to the metal, but you're not paying attention to the road in front of you. You're kind of looking in your rear view to see if what's following you, and that you're going to get into an accident. Like, there's nothing good that's going to come up with this situation right now. Let's see what else is going on here. Solitude, the universe, and intuition. Okay. Interesting here. So there is going to be completion. There is going to be success. But there's a need to look inward. Not backward, but inward. And that's where things are kind of getting a little bit messy. I feel like you're looking back. You're trying to find the answers behind you instead of looking for the answers inside you. Okay? So what does this mean for us, for love, right? So for some of us, there's still work that we have to do on ourselves. A little bit similar to group 1. Group 1 had some work that they had to do on themselves too. And so for some of you guys that are single, you have to focus on, right? Maybe you're trying to get into a relationship for the wrong reasons. And I think that for some of you guys, you have to look inward and you have to think about wanting to be committed, wanting to be in a relationship. What is the reason? Why do you want to do that? Are you trying to Are you thinking about finances? Are you going to be in a relationship with someone who's financially successful or who's financially unstable? Okay, and why? Are you trying to, for some of you guys, maybe you're looking to get back with an ex. Don't do it. That's just what I'm seeing here. Hanged Man in reverse. If you're thinking about getting back with your ex, maybe that's not such a great idea. I'm also seeing here for some of you guys that maybe you had like a childhood best friend, maybe someone that you were really close with, and you kind of always had like a little bit of a crush on them, but nothing ever really happened. And then you guys are kind of thinking about maybe moving forward on that. And you know, maybe that could be successful, but I think that there has to be more to it though. I think you have to just make sure that you're getting into a relationship for the right reasons and not because you're trying to hold on to maybe a romantic fantasy that you had in the past, or you're trying to hold on, because I feel like that there's a fantasy here, group number 2. There's a little bit of a fantasy and it's really holding you back. Like you guys feel like, you know, like there's a dream that you're trying to live, you know, maybe a scene out of a movie or something like that. And it's not realistic. I think you guys have to be more realistic about what you're looking for in a partner and why you're looking for a relationship. Okay. I think you have to be more realistic about the qualities in yourself and the qualities that you're looking for. And part of that realism is making sure that you're financially stable first and you have a stable career. Okay, for some of you, before you can even get into a stable relationship, you have to stabilize your career first. You have to go after your career and build a foundation for yourself and become successful, because you don't need someone else. You don't need a partner to be successful. You just need yourself. Okay, so there's a lot here. Intuition too, this card. So I'm feeling like with the High Priestess energy here, that there's a following your gut, that there's a need to look inward, right? There's this kind of taking a step back, looking in a new perspective, looking inside yourself for the answers, right? Looking inside yourself for, you know, the reasons of why you want to be in this relationship, and understanding intuition, High Priestess energy, understanding those feelings, understanding those reasons. Trust. For some of you, there's a need to build trust. If you're in a relationship, this means that you need to build trust with your current partner. If you feel like there's distrust or mistrust, why? Why is that? Is it because of something someone else did to you, or is it because something they did to you? Have you healed from that? If you haven't, why not? How can you heal from that? If there is not trust in a relationship, then there cannot be a relationship. Period. Okay, so I don't know who needs to hear that, but if there is not trust in a relationship, then there cannot be a relationship. If you can't trust the current partner that you're with, then you can't be with that person anymore. Okay, and if you feel like you can't trust people just because you've been hurt in the past by, you know, one person or by, you know, so many people that you've, you know, now have these trust issues, you have to understand that everyone is different. Okay, and that until you can trust someone, you can't be in a relationship with them. So if you have decided that you're just going to have trust issues for the rest of your life, then you also have to make the decision that you're going to be single for the rest of your life, because that's how that's going to work out for you. Okay, group number 2. Self-love. Self-love, group number 2. See, you guys have to have self-love. You have things that you need to work on. Group number 2, working on your trust, working on your career, working on your past, working on your future. Okay? But there's a lot working on yourself. Hermit energy, Hanged Man energy, High Priestess energy. There's so much about needing to grow within you, needing to heal within you. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done here. There's a lot of pain that's lingering here. For some of you, you're in a relationship and you need to communicate with your current partner about the pain that you have and about the healing that you have to do. And you have to allow your partner to help you heal. And through communication, you can rebuild trust. and you can rebuild self-love. And things will get better and strengthen over time, and you will be able to move forward because there's stagnation here. There's a stuckness here. Okay? And I think too, love is stuck. For some of you, love can't find you because there's too much healing that needs to happen. So you're not going to find your soulmate. You're not going to find your twin flame. You're not going to find that dream. You're not going to find that fantasy until you do the healing here, until you have the growth that's necessary for the right person to come into your life. That's just not going to happen here. For some of you in a current relationship, maybe you've already found your soulmate, maybe you've already found your twin flame, and their purpose in your life is to help you heal, is to help you grow and have trust, and to show you how wonderful love is. For some of you, maybe you're a little scorned, maybe you're a little hurt, you're in pain, and someone's going to come in and teach you that love is good, that love is kind, that love is true. Okay? Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So, let me read that again. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Right? Why are you criticizing each other? Is it because there's a lack of trust? Is it because you're projecting on them your insecurities, your lack of self-love? Okay? Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So, in this relationship, maybe for some of you guys, you are having issues, maybe conflicts, criticizing one another, right? And you guys really have to come to a middle ground and understand that in your relationship, the happiness is with each other. Like, you are their happiness and they are your happiness. So why would you want to fight with them and make that person unhappy? Because when that person's unhappy, then you should be unhappy, because your happiness should come from their happiness and their happiness should come from your happiness, because that's where this balance of love comes from. Which is why they want to help you heal, which is why they want to help your past, which is why they want to show you trust and self-love. Why you want to show them trust and self-love, right? This could also be the reverse, the reflection, where maybe your partner has trust issues. Maybe your partner has some stuff that they have to work on, and you're here to help them grow, to help them heal. Maybe that's your purpose. And it's going to strengthen your overall relationship for the better. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So, right, if there's been troubles, if you guys have been fighting and you've been projecting maybe insecurities, or they've been projecting their insecurities onto you, right, there's just an understanding that there's no right or wrong. There's no, blame game. Don't play the blame game. Don't blame them for your hurt and your pain. Don't blame them for your past. Don't blame your past for your hurt and your pain. Right? There's active healing can happen through your own decision, the choices that you make. Okay? So you have to actively decide to be happy, actively decide to move forward in your relationship, actively decide to slow down in your relationship. Maybe the other person wants to move really quickly and you're not ready, and that's okay. It's okay to not be ready, and you have to communicate that with the other person. Communicate to them that you're not ready. You have to communicate your future. Understand that if you guys are going to build a future together, what does your future look like? What does their future look like? And do your guys' future look like each other's future? And if it doesn't, then what do you guys have to do to make it work? Okay, what's the compromise? Okay, so there's a need for discussion and there's a need for communication. And I think also for some of you, maybe you guys work with your ex. I feel like that could be something here that's causing issues, that's causing tension. And or maybe you're in communication, or they work with their ex, or they're in communication with their ex somehow. But I feel like this is really causing tension, and then this is also a situation that needs to be addressed. Okay, there's definitely a feeling of needing communication here to address certain issues that's causing these trust issues, that's causing this lack in self-confidence, because maybe you're feeling like there's some shady things going on in the background. Okay, so that's another message coming through here. Following your intuition. Okay, if you think something's happening, why? Why do you feel that way? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So this makes a lot of sense. For some of you guys, maybe you've been thinking about leaving someone that you're currently in a relationship with. And if you've been thinking about that, then the answer is yes, you should do so. Because if you're ever in a situation where you're thinking, maybe this person's not the one for me. Maybe I just don't have the feelings anymore that I used to have. Maybe I need to do more work on myself or focus on my career. Then that's okay. Then you go ahead and you do what's best for you. Don't feel bad for hurting someone else's feelings. That sounds bad. Like, don't feel like you have to stay in a relationship because you don't want to hurt the other person. Like, you're going to hurt the other person more by staying in this relationship when you don't even love them anymore. You can fall out of love, and that's okay. When you meet someone and you're in a relationship, that doesn't mean that this is going to last forever. Sometimes we're in relationships to learn lessons. Sometimes we're in a relationship for growth. And that's okay. And then we leave and they're temporary, and that's okay, because sometimes people are only in your life for a season and you don't have to know the reason. And sometimes the lessons are easy and sometimes the lessons are hard and tough. Okay. But when you have to leave, just make sure you do so in a generous way. Don't cheat. Don't just disappear, communicate. If you're in a relationship and you feel like that you have to leave because it's no longer serving you, just make sure that you make that communication with your current partner and you guys are able to part ways and, with there being closure and no one's really being hurt, too badly. Obviously, the other person, if they're still in love with you, is going to get a little bit hurt. But you can't allow that to hold you back, because that's probably a lesson that the other person has to learn. Sometimes you're the lesson that someone else has to learn, and that's okay. That's okay. You have things that you have to work on in your life, and you have goals that you have to work on in your life. And the time to disconnect is now, because you have the Hangman, which is a need for new perspectives. I think for some of you guys, you're bored. For some of you guys, maybe you're bored in this relationship, or maybe you want to meet new people, or maybe you want to try new things, or maybe, you guys are just ready to move on or to move to a new state or a new country, or to switch jobs, and this job needs you to transfer to maybe another city. And, whatever the case is, there's change that needs to happen here and transformation. And I think you guys, for some of you, you're bored and you've fallen out of love. And that's where a lot of this conflict is coming from. And that's why you have to go, because you have to do what's best for you, not what's best for the other person. Because that means that if you're not in love with them anymore, that this isn't your person. Period. Finances and career. You see what we're talking about here with the 5 of Pentacles. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Group number 2. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. What's going on financially? What's going on, group number 2? What's going on financially? Why do you have to leave this person? So there's obviously some financial hardship, some financial issues that's going on here. And the financial difficulty could be different for a lot of people that are watching this. But this message is probably going to really resonate. And the important thing here is when you're in a relationship, statistically, the biggest argument all couples have, especially if you're married, is money. Money. That is the number one conflict between couples, is money. Okay. So you have to figure out what this financial situation is. Maybe if the other person's not supporting of your choice in a career, if maybe you really want to move forward in a career path that's calling to you and your significant other isn't supportive of you, leave them. If you're not supportive of them, why not? That doesn't make any sense. Don't be selfish. Or if maybe there's just financial hardships, if maybe you guys just aren't really making enough money, then you just kind of have to pull through, and you guys are going to have to go without, and you're going to have to figure out how to make things work. Okay. And there's also here a need to make sure that no one's being lazy. Make sure that you're pulling your end and you're putting in the effort to make financial means. Make sure that you both are working and you both are paying the bills. And make sure that not all of make sure that not all of the pressure is on just one person in the partnership, okay? So let's read our last two cards, our affirmations for the final love messages meant for you guys. So self-worth. I cast off all concerns about what people think of me. I know I'm a totally kick-ass person, and my kick-assness can never be diminished by rejection. So people can think what they think and feel what they feel. In the meantime, I'll just keep on knowing what I know without thinking about what they are thinking about what I already know, I think. Yeah, so I think for a lot of you guys, I think some of you are maybe in a relationship where someone isn't really supportive of your financial goals or of your career goals. And I think that's what's causing a lot of tension in this relationship. But I am seeing here that you know that you have to put yourself first. You know that you have to work on your career. You have to work on your finances. You know that you have to, really see things through in a new perspective. Take a step back. Maybe this relationship was really working out in the past and that's what you keep going back to, but relationships change and people change, and sometimes what you guys have isn't what you used to have, and that's okay because time goes on, and that means that you no longer need to be with this person, that you've learned the lessons, and this person's been with you to help you learn the lessons that you needed to learn, and that they've taught you all that they needed to teach you, and you've taught them all that you needed to teach them. So, sometimes moving on is okay. It's okay to move on. So I really just see you guys really focusing on yourself, really focusing on your career goals, really focusing on that bag, really focusing on the money, focusing on yourself, a lot of self-growth. There's a lot of positive things here, but I also feel like there's a lot of regret about, about this other person, and you just really have to let that person go. And I think for a lot of you too, for those of you who are watching this who are single, the message here for you guys is just that, love will come to you when it's ready, because you guys, you have the world, you have the universe. This is completion, right? And to be complete, you don't need somebody else. You only need yourself and your self-worth. So you guys are going to get yourself, you're going to have your self-worth, you're going to complete yourself. And once you complete yourself and you have that foundation of a career, of self-love, of trust in yourself, trust in your money, trust in your career and your finances and your bag, okay, then that is when love will come again and love will find you again. You don't just have love once, you can have love multiple times. And maybe you had it, and maybe now it's gone, but you will have it again in the future, and that's okay. Compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me they might be going through something tougher than I think. Like their shoes are too tight. Or they're the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they're dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've dealt with. Or I've been dealt. So yeah, compassion, right? Walking in someone else's shoes. So this is about having compassion, I think, for yourself and having compassion for those around you, having compassion from your partner, right? So you don't understand all of the things that your partner's telling you or all of the things that your partner's feeling. And I feel like your partner probably isn't communicating with you all of the things that they're actually feeling, and that's causing, some of the strain, some of the problems, because you don't know what's going on in their head. You don't know how they feel about this situation, but I think they kind of know that maybe something's not working out here, okay? And there's a need for compassion. To be compassionate about when you leave this relationship, to be compassionate about, maybe if you're single and someone's really into you, letting them down easy. I feel like that's something that's coming across here. Maybe you've been seeing someone, but it's not, anything that's really serious, and you're ready to kind of let that person go. Be compassionate, let them go easy, let them down gently. That's really what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that you guys are just really independent people. Group number 2, you're so independent. You understand that you don't need anybody. You kind of just feel bad for those people that are really drawn to you, that are really attracted to you. I feel like group number 2, you guys are very attractive. People are really drawn to you. People want to be with you, but you don't necessarily want to be with them. And that's where this conflict is coming from, right? And you guys aren't mean people. You guys are really generous people. You guys are very loving people. You guys are very compassionate people. And so I see, oh my goodness. Yeah, I really see that's where this is coming from here. So I applaud you guys. And I really think that you guys are going to make the best decision. You guys have a really good head on your shoulders. You guys are very smart thinkers. I think you're going to do what's best for you, what's best, for your career at this time, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And the relationship will come again later. Group number 2, it will come again later. And that's okay. All right, group number 2. So that's your message. I really hope that it resonated. If it did, please do let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also hit that notification button so you don't miss out when I post new videos throughout, I can't even talk. When I post new videos every week, a special part of this love series. I'm going to be posting one video every week of this love series throughout the month of February. Okay, so make sure you have those notifications on. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 3 now. If you want to keep watching, let's go. Hello to all of my trick-or-treaters that chose group number 3. You guys chose card number 18, water. So this is your channeled love message meant for you. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. We are doing all of the shuffling on camera. So if you guys don't want to see the shuffling, go ahead. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below. So just click on your timestamps to get right to the message. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get on with the shuffling, starting with our tarot cards. Okay. Hello, trick-or-treaters that chose group number 3. You guys chose card 18, Water. So this is your love message meant for you. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so you guys don't miss out when I post new love messages throughout the month of February for this love season, okay? This series that I'm doing. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into your messages. I already did all of the shuffling, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it, you guys. So let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what is in store for you for love. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, okay? This talks about that there needs to be more work in a relationship, okay? In reverse here, more work. The King of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Pentacles, right? So you could possibly be an earth sign, or maybe your partner could be an earth sign. So this could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We have the Magician here, okay? And the Ace of Wands. So good energy, you guys. So for your love message here, I'm seeing that there's passion. I'm seeing that you're a very passionate person, and if you're in a relationship, that there's a lot of passion between the two of you, right? I'm also seeing here that, you know, with the Magician here, that you know your power, that you really make things work. I think that you are very confident in yourself, and you're very confident in your relationship. This is very important. For those of you who are single, I see that there could be someone coming into your life who is possibly an earth sign, who is possibly more of a masculine energy. I'm seeing that they're very drawn to you. You're very attractive. And I'm seeing also that with the Magician here, that you're very confident. Your confidence is really what's drawing them in, like a fly to a light. Like they're very drawn to you, very attracted to this like high confidence energy that you have. Because I feel like you've done the work. You've done the work on yourself, and are you ready to do the work in a relationship, right? In a partnership with someone. I really feel like that there's a confidence energy, that you guys are very, very smart too. I feel like you guys are really smart, and you know what you want. Group number 3. You guys really know what you want, and you go and you take it. Okay, you could also be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So maybe that resonates with you. With the Magician here too, that I believe that's Mars, Mercury energy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so definitely we have the base chakra. Okay, so there's a lot of passion here. You guys are very grounded. You're very rooted. You, like I said before, you know what you want. You know what it is that you're after. Oh, you guys are attracting too. Manifestation. For some of you guys, group number 3, you're really manifesting what you want in a partner. So for some of you, you guys are single. Maybe you've been single for a while because you understand that you don't need to be in a relationship. And I feel like you've been really putting the work in yourself before you get into a relationship. And part of that is you guys have been really manifesting the qualities that you want in a person, understanding what it is that you want in a partner, and understanding what it is that you have to offer in a relationship. And I think you guys have to offer a lot. I think you guys know what you want, and you guys are really manifesting that. And I think you're drawing that towards you. Like you guys are really close to finding that person that's going to have everything that you want them to have, because you guys just know what it is that you want, and you're not going to settle for anything less than that. And I love that for you guys. I love that confidence that you have. Material harvest. Yeah, material harvest, card number 9. This is again talking to me about that manifestation energy. Like you guys really know what you want. You guys are really going after it. You guys are really taking it. This is also telling me that you guys are financially stable. You've put the work in, right? For your career, like you understand what your career goals are. You understand what your financial goals are. And that's a priority for you. And that's important. It has to be a priority to you. It has to matter to you. And you have to have that in order before you can have love, before you can get into a relationship, because this is part of building a foundation for yourself before you can build a foundation with someone else. Okay. And then we have positive movement forward, you guys. Positive movement forward. So you guys are really moving forward. You guys are really getting to where it is that you need to go. Group number 3. Like you guys have done the work. You guys know what it is that you want. You know where it is that you want to go. And you're getting there. You're doing it. You guys are getting things done. The Magician here, like you just like, you have the power. You're owning your power and you're really making it happen. So I think for a lot of you guys, like I really feel like this is the singles group. Like, you know, for some of you guys, you're in a relationship and it's really amazing, and you guys have this really passionate relationship that you're in, and you really feel like maybe you found your person, because there's just so much passion and so much love happening here. But I'm also feeling like a lot of you guys are single. You know what you want. You're really moving towards that, and it's really coming towards you. For some of you guys, you're a lot closer to being in a relationship and to finding that person than you think that you are, okay? We have blossoming here as well, the flower moon. Yeah, so you guys are definitely blossoming. You guys are flourishing. This is telling me that you guys have done a lot of work and there's transformation happening here. So you guys are definitely starting to spread your wings. You're coming out of that cocoon. You know, you're coming out of that hibernation. That hermit mode is over, and you're really coming out of your shell, and you're showing the world this new positive you that's ready to, you know, succeed. I think that you guys are just really ready to chase opportunities, to take opportunities, to chase your dreams, to go on adventures. Like, you guys are looking for adventure. You're ready for the next adventure, right? With this Ace of Wands here, like, you are ready to just experience life and to experience love. Like, you're ready for the experience. And so the experience is ready for you, group number 3. Abundance. Group number 3, abundance. Yeah, you guys are attracting so much abundance. Like, you have put the work in. Like, for some of you guys, like, you have really put the work into your career. And now that you have this solid career foundation, you have this solid financial foundation, you're ready to start looking for someone else who is equally as successful as you are, who equally has it together, just like you. So you are ready now, ready to move forward in a relationship because you've done that work, and that is beautiful. And I'm seeing here, yeah, with the material harvest and the base chakra, that material things are very important to you. It's very important for you guys to have a house, a nice house, to have nice things, right? You guys like to treat yourself, group number 3, and you want to make sure that when you get into a relationship that you're still going to be able to live that lifestyle while still being able to support a partner, and your partner being able to support you, right? So that I see there's a certain kind of lifestyle that you want to live while being in this relationship, and you're looking to be in a relationship with someone else who's willing to live this lifestyle with you. Okay. Because I see that you like you're hard workers and you like to work for your money, but you also like to spend your money. Like, you like to enjoy your money, which is very beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's like you guys have this great clarity of the balance, right? This work and play balance. And I love that for you guys. That's so, so important. And I think that you guys are so smart because you have that balance, that you guys are going to be able to have a very strong balance when you're in a relationship, because you already have this understanding of what balance is. Okay. And I see also, for those of you that are in a relationship currently right now, that this could possibly be like something that's going to work out in the long run, right? I see that this could possibly be someone that you could get married with, that you could start a family with. I see that you guys are very abundant financially and abundant in love. Like, you guys have so much love for each other and so much understanding of each other. And I think that you guys are really on the same level. Like, you're on the same frequency. And I think that you guys really motivate each other. And I think that's beautiful, that you guys really motivate each other to be the best that you can, to do the best that you can, to achieve your goals. Like, you guys are a great support system for each other. And I think that's beautiful. Okay. And for some of you guys, you know, when you do get into this relationship, I see that this relationship is going to be very abundant. It's going to be very successful, and it's going to be very supportive. You guys are going to be very supportive of each other. I think you guys are very attractive to each other, or if you're single, that this next relationship that you're going to be in, you guys are going to be very attracted to each other, just because there's so much passion here. There's so much physical passion here. Like, you guys really enjoy, you know, that physical touch. So we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So for some of you guys, you've done the work, you've done this, right, already. I feel like that the forgiveness, like you've taken the time to understand what your wounds were, to understand where you needed healing. And you've done that. You've forgiven yourself. You've forgiven your past. You've forgiven your exes. You've forgiven your family, you know, your hurt, your pain. You've forgiven it. You've let it go. And because of that, you're able to get into a new relationship. And for some of you, there's still a need to forgive. I think for some of you, maybe you're trying to forget. Maybe you're trying to move on and you're trying to forget what happened, but you don't have to forget it. You have to forgive it. You have to understand that it happened and there's nothing you can do to change it, and you have to make amends with it and you have to forgive it. And that's the only way to let it go. You can't try to bury it, you know, over a nice job, a nice house, nice money. That's not going to heal your wounds. You have to heal your wounds head on by reliving them, by understanding that it happened, by understanding that it was okay that it happened, that there's nothing that you can do to change it, that all you can do is grow from it. Understand what was the lesson in those challenges, and how did those challenges and experiences and situations help you grow to become the amazing person that you are right now. Group number 3. Forgiveness, okay? For some of you, in order to achieve, maybe some of you guys are watching this and you're like, I'm in a relationship and this doesn't sound like the relationship I'm in. Well, maybe you guys need communication. Maybe this is the potential for what your relationship could be if there is forgiveness about whatever it is that you guys have been fighting about or have fought about in the past, right? What is it that needs to be forgiven? What are the things that you have to work on in order to work towards this beautiful, passionate, supportive relationship? New beginning. Oh, for group number 3, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. For some of you guys, this is exactly what I was talking about. For some of you guys who are single, new relationship is on the rise. Someone is coming towards you, right? This could be someone that you've been trying to manifest for a while. This person's going to have so many of the qualities that you're looking for, if not all of them, okay? And it's going to be so passionate. And this is going to be that adventure that you've been looking for. Like, you guys are ready to have experiences and to go on adventures. And this person that's coming into your life is going to want to have these experiences with you, and they're going to want to go on these adventures with you, and you guys are going to do all of these amazing things together, and it's really going to be a bonding experience, and you guys are going to be able to have such an amazing relationship because of it, because you're going to have all of this foundational work under you because of all the things that you guys did together. This is going to allow you guys to build trust, right? To get to know each other. And it's going to be so amazing. For some of you guys in a relationship, maybe this is going to be rediscovering your relationship, forgiveness, forgiving the past. Maybe things were a little rocky in your relationship for a while, and there's forgiveness happening here and new beginnings. There's a need possibly for you guys to start over and to reconnect in a passionate way, like when you guys first met, to remember how things were when you first met, and to reignite that spark and to reignite that flame. Okay, group number 3, that's what I'm seeing here, and it's so exciting and it's so exhilarating and it's so invigorating, and I want what you guys have, group number 3. Let's see what else. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Manifestation. For some of you guys, like I said, you've been single for a long time, and maybe some of you guys have been feeling like, oh, maybe I should just give up looking. Maybe I should just, stop trying. But there's a need to stay optimistic about your love life because someone is coming in, right? You've been manifesting this person for for a while now because you've put the work in on yourself. And so now someone's going to be entering your life, right? That's going to help bring you to the next level, because that's what a relationship is. They help us when we can no longer help ourselves. And it allows us to understand things in new perspectives, and it allows us to grow and reach our next level and reach a new vibration, a higher vibration that's going to bring us closer to our highest purpose and to our highest selves. Woo! Mouthful there. So stay optimistic about your love life. This is also for those of you who are watching this, who are in a relationship and maybe things have been kind of a little bit rocky. Maybe things have been really been going, you know, as good or as smooth as you wanted them to be, but stay optimistic because things are going to get better for you guys, right? So relationships are like, you know, they're ups and downs, you know, it's hills, it's a roller coaster, right? It's fun, it's exhilarating, but you have ups and downs. And no relationship is going to be up all the time. So you have to be able to understand that you have to withstand those downs, those moments where things kind of slow down, where things start to get bumpy, where maybe there's miscommunication. It's normal. That's so normal in a relationship. That doesn't mean anything bad. That's just something that requires communication so you guys can get past it. So again, with the forgiveness, and stay optimistic because there's going to be new beginnings and you guys are going to be able to start over again and reach that high again and then get to that climax again because you guys do love each other. There's definitely love here for your current partner that you're with, and that's really going to help support this relationship, and that's going to help you get through whatever tough time maybe you guys are going through right now. And remember to really just stay optimistic for the good times that are coming, because there are good times coming, group number 3. This could be the one. Oh my God, group number 3. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So this could be the one. So for some of you guys, you're in a current relationship. You're going to rediscover this relationship, rediscover yourself, and you're going to realize that, oh my God, this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. This is the one. This is it. My soulmate, twin flame, like my person. For others, right, this is going to be someone who's entering your life that you're going to realize that, oh, this could be the one. This could be the one that I've been looking for, that I've been seeking, that I've been manifesting, that I've been wanting. This is going to be the one that's going to really be end game, right? That's going to make it in the long run. That, you know, this could be the person that I marry, that I see a future with. For some of you guys, you've already met this person, and maybe you don't know it yet, and maybe you do. Okay, that's super exciting. So for some of you guys, maybe this could be someone that's entering your life. That's someone that's from your past, right? That's coming into your life again, that maybe you weren't ready for then because you didn't do the work, and now you've done the work on yourself, and so you're ready for them now. And that's super exciting for you guys, group number 3. So just pay attention because someone's coming into your life, or they are already in your life, and this person could definitely be your person, okay? So we have our 2 final cards here, our romance affirmation cards. Let's go ahead and see what our last 2 messages are about love. So vulnerability. I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. I feel like a kindergartner. Everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder kindergartner seems so fun and stress-free. So this is advocating for you guys to really be vulnerable, group number 3, to talk about your feelings. So again, I think this really speaks to, for those of you who are in a relationship, that maybe things have kind of been a little bit rocky, and there's a need for this, right, forgiveness, and there's a need to stay optimistic because there's going to be this new beginning, and because this person could really be the one. So there's a need to be vulnerable in this situation and to really talk about the things that aren't working in your relationship, so that way you guys can establish new boundaries and rebuild your foundation, so that way you guys can have this transformative new beginning and things can begin to prosper in a more passionate and loving way, and that way you guys can be more successful in the future of this beautiful growing relationship. Okay, and then for others, I think there's also a need for some of you guys guys who are single to remember that it's okay to be vulnerable. So maybe you guys are just really independent people. You've done the work on yourselves and you get into this relationship and you realize that like you don't want to, you know, seem weak or seem dependent or anything like that, or make yourself seem less than. But being vulnerable and expressing your feelings doesn't do that. Okay. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't, you know, being vulnerable is a powerful thing, a powerful thing. So it's very important getting into this new relationship for some of you guys, that you stay communicative about your feelings, about your wants, and about your needs, and about your desires, okay? And about your future. Always talk about your future and make sure that you guys have the same vision for your future, because if you're gonna have a future together, then you have to share the same vision. So talk about that sooner than later so that we don't waste time. And for our last card, we have ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel, and I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned, or perhaps even lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small instead of becoming a bridge architect. Maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. So again, for some of you guys in a relationship, you have to take ownership, right, about these rocky situations that have been happening. Take ownership about, you know, the parts where you can improve. Take ownership about the parts where you went wrong. And I think the same thing too is to remember when getting into a relationship is to remember to take ownership about your own faults, because it's easy for us to project faults onto the other person and to say that the other person is the problem. The other person has to change. The other person's messing up. But sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we're controlling. Sometimes we make mistakes. Right? Because we're human and humans make mistakes. That's what humans do. We learn from them. The important thing is to own up to your mistakes, apologize, and learn so that way you can prevent that from happening again. Because for those of you who are in a relationship, when this happens, when you take ownership and you apologize and you're vulnerable, and then there's forgiveness, that's when new beginnings can happen. And that's when things start to turn around. And that's when you start to move forward again. All right? So powerful, powerful messages. Group number 3. I really hope that this resonated for you guys. This was the love message that was meant for you. If it did or resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. And if you haven't already, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that way you don't miss out when I post new videos every week, especially all of the new videos coming for this love series throughout the month of February, you guys. So make sure you have those notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these love videos. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. It has been such an absolute pleasure. If you guys saw 1, 2, or 3 of the videos, I love you so much. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your love and support. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one, all right? It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, guys.